Okay, let's see here. I believe this is Constorm Live, but just to be safe. Alrighty, well, here we are, and I gotta say, this is weird. I didn't think they would I knew the Dead Shall Rise thing was going to be happening, but I didn't expect them to actually include playable demos from the promotional run of Soul Reaver. So that's what we're actually going to be focusing on today. Okay, I assume you can hear me just fine. I mean, the video clearly means that. So, to get to the level, the demo, you'll need to go into the Lost Level section and go to E3 Demo 1998. And this is what you're met with. This big hub area that's basically meant to operate as a sampler. Coming in a lot better this time. Cool that you were included in the credits. I know, it's so awesome. It kind of makes me happy to see that they're doing that. Okay, sound is great. Okay, cool. Alright, so for our first area that we're going into, we have Melchiah's clan territory. Or rather, you would if you could get up there that way. But here's a little interesting caveat. We can't shift. Which is, I guess maybe that's a demo thing, but because of that, you have to figure out ways around it. This is likely, obviously, a bit of a this is basically demoism. Of course they're doing that. Oops, easy. Come on. There we go. And there's a lot more vertical movement in these demos. And of course, the enemy AI isn't exactly smart. Yeah, we're taking a bit of a different approach to this one, just honestly, just because. And there's no gate in this demo. It's very strange. Boop. I missed. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think I have the demo for Battlefront 2. It came with a special edition DVD. Star Wars Episode 3, right? So the thing about these demos is that the puzzles are already pre-done, so all you have to really do is like step on the platform and it'll head down. But I think if you just nudge the deal a little bit, it'll go down anyway. And it goes down a lot slower here, which is a little weird. Very unsettling. And of course, we have Melchiah's boss area, which is interesting, because for starters, you can still pull sticks off the walls, and that's the stand-in film for Melchiah. It's basically just a Melchiah. So the sound isn't super loud, right? And also, Melchiah has a throne. Shame Revenge of the Sith never came out on VHS. That's actually not true. I believe it did release on VHS in Korea, if memory serves. You know, if you would be able to get into those would have led you to the other deals. Sound is great, audible but not loud. Okay, good. I just want to make sure because it never fails. I always mess up somewhere. Alright, let's go ahead and get back to the demo, shall we? Unfortunately, while the reset button does work, it takes you back to the beginning of that specific area. So, I believe that was the Melchiah clan territory. Nothing super crazy there, but still interesting. Of course, you can't climb in this demo either, but I guess that would make sense. This was pretty much in a weird spot in the game's development. Now, unfortunately, I wish they would have included the Lighthouse demo. That would have been really cool. Okay, and obviously none of the doors are working, but I have a sneaking suspicion that's where the portal would have been in beta. And to our unseen third viewer, please make yourself known in the chat, as it's a bit of a different layout than normal. Okay. There's a lot more vertical momentum in the demo. Enough so that I'm kind of having a little bit of trouble figuring out where I'm going. It only costs $200. Revenge of the Sith VHS. Yep, that sounds about right. Oh, shoot. No. Okay, that's gonna get annoying. Yeah, and it looks like we're at a... Well, it looks like we may be at a dead end to begin with. Well, maybe. Hang on. Oh, maybe we're not at a dead end after all. Interesting. Okay, let's see here. So, is this a dead end? No, it is not. Okay, cool. Thanks, game. Ugh. Oh hey, we're gripped onto absolutely nothing. That's just lovely. Honestly, the picture-in-picture is probably the best thing to come out of the modern web browser. Ugh, great. Oh boy, we don't have time for that. We really don't have time for this today. Early demo glitches. Yep, you got that right. No. Fuck. Oh, wait. Did we save it? Nope, we did not save it. Great. Now we gotta waste our time going all the way back up just to see if the stone glyph is even there. Ugh. And this is where save states would have basically made this game a 10 out of 10. I'm thinking about starting to stream every Monday and calling it Maku Hero Mondays. Interesting. Good luck with that one. Oh, you guys saw that too, right? Okay, we don't have time for this. But yeah, that you get the basic idea with that one, which was, oh boy, kind of wish they'd had the clan. Pretty sure they had every opportunity to put the clan symbols on, but didn't. Oh well. Let's see here. This is the Lighthouse area. Now, no, we don't have the Lighthouse demo in this the Lighthouse demo that we know with the pre-release enemies, but it's still kind of interesting to look through this, even a little bit. But unfortunately, this one also has a hard cut point. unfortunately, this is about where this part of the game this is where this part of the demo cuts off. I've been trying to get up there ever since I got the demo up, but unfortunately it doesn't work. So, we're gonna have to just move on. Luckily, this one's a little bit less of a headache to get back to the hub area from. Oh, the two extra viewers we had dropped out. Dang it. But yeah, basically, this is basically just a sampler. They really weren't breaking any ground by bringing us this one, besides this interesting looking area. Okay, we already went here. Okay, so this was Nup Raptor. And this one was Melchiah. And this one La-di-da-di-da. Okay. So that, and that. So we have the Melchiah area, the very finicky platforming puzzle for the stone glyph and the lighthouse on the first tier. On the second, based on what I've already played through, you really aren't breaking any new ground here necessarily, but you do get a fairly good idea as to where the water forge would have been. For example, you have a hard wall. And since you can't shift, you can't move the boat up to go to Rahab, but you can go through this particular tunnel here, and it will, and if you go down, and this is where Shift Anywhere would have been really freaking useful, because I can barely see. There's where the door would have been. However, if you go down here, and you go through this little corridor on the right, or the left, sorry, you have the water forge. Just as non-functional as it was in the forge setting. But still, admittedly, really cool to see. So basically, that's pretty much the gist of that. And if we go over here, oops, come on. Getting stuck on walls isn't par for the course either, I'm afraid. Ah. Oh, right. We were just here. But yeah, you can't access anything else over... Basically, that just gives you access to the water forge, and that's about it. Okay. And this door over... And I want to say there's a doorway over here. This one, if I recall, is more of the not the Undercity, the Science Cathedral. Sorry, the Human Citadel. However, the most you can do with it is it gives you... The only thing you can really do with this is not much, because they perma-locked all the doors. Or rather, they just straight up, the doors just weren't there. The most you can do is explore it like a sandbox. And that's just a giant whatever burger. You can still get to the water glyph from underwater. But that's as far as this goes. Perfect opportunity to show how you would have gotten to the Undercity, but oh well. And of course, this is where I found out you can't climb. So that's super duper fun. But yeah, the water glyph is still here. Oh, hang on. Just a random bike lying around, cool. It's more than likely that this was supposed to be for the water. It's more than likely this was just always going to be the water glyph. I mean, it's one of the easiest glyphs in the game to get, which is why I did it last in the playthrough to begin with. Of course, it's so dark you can't see shit either, so that's super duper fun. And if you try to push it into the hole, it does nothing. So that's pretty much the water glyph area. And if we go over here, I'm pretty sure we... Okay, no, we just went there. That's nowhere special. I think this is the last area. Okay, oop. Abracadabra. Kabang. Kaboom. And you have another 2 branching pathways here. This one leads you to the Tomb Guardian, or at least his arena. Oops. Dip, 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 kaboom. Now, I don't know for... Oh, yes you can. Cool. Now, yeah, this is probably where you would drop in from the Seraphan tomb, so that's probably not going to work. And this area is what would traditionally take you outside, but instead it will take you back to that other deal. So, let's see here. Using the force projectile, we should be... Yep, we are able to go further into Rahab's territory. That is so cool. Let's see here. But yeah, pretty much the only enemies you're gonna run into, with the exception of occasional Rahabim, are mostly Melchiah instead. And of course, because you can't climb, you have these... You have this block jumping puzzle. Yeah, I had to cut a lot of content from the April Fool's Day because the rendering was taking so long. Yeah, that happens. That does happen. It's not fun. Okay. Yeah, boop. And kaboom. Though I'm pretty sure you weren't supposed to be able to go through this entire demo with the Wraith Blade, but still funny to think about. Oh, hey, cool. This is the sunlight glyph, if I recall. So this, I guess, maybe they did do some work to this demo. Since you can't really do much else with it, it gives you the rough rundown of where these... where some of these things would have actually gone, which is kind of cool to think about. Very fun details. And of course... this is where I think... And this is where the game cuts you off, as far as this area is concerned. But yeah, basically, so from what I can tell in this demo so far, there's a lot of areas that are just hard cut, so that way you don't progress any further than absolutely necessary. Though it was kind of cool to see the sunlight forge, even if you still can't use it. Alright. Let's head on back. So, we've explored a lot of this demo now. But yeah, as a sampler, it did exactly what it needed to. Nothing crazy, nothing ambitious, just enough to get the point across that, yeah, this is pretty neat. That is the human citadel. That... and this still has areas we can explore. Because we just went down only one pathway. There's still 2 more here that we can look into. So, let's see. Well, there's at least one more we can go to. So, let us proceed. Whoops. Bang. Ah. And obviously the tomb of the Seraphan, which would be where you would normally go to get to Rahab's clan territory. And since and I guess in this version maybe you weren't supposed to shift. Well then again, this is basically an assortment of levels, so I'm not really sure, but yeah, from here you would go down here, and this would take you into Rahab's territory following that. Bang. 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 Okay, I think you get the idea. Let's go ahead and head back. So, yeah. Pretty much, I think that should do it. But there might be one more area. Just let me go back and check. But yeah. Definitely feels like an E3 demo, alright. There's a lot of stuff to explore, but in retrospect, you're basically not breaking any new ground if you have to take it easy. If you have to play this in any particular order. Ah. Yeah. You're basically just kind of weird. You're just kind of in a weird spot. Yeah, it's too bad you can't shift, though. That would be a really cool... That'd be a really cool novelty if you could do it, but... yeah. Well, it's a demo meant to give the general feel of the game, but rather than be the game itself. I know, but with such an assortment of levels, I kind of expected a little more, maybe? But I don't know, I'm kind of weird. So that leads to the Drowned Abbey. This long corridor. So that one led to the Drowned Abbey. This one leads to the Human Citadel and the water glyph that doesn't work. And finally, this one leads to the Seraphim Tomb and Rahab's clan territory. So, there you have it. That's the E3 demo. 30 minutes, well, 32 minutes of time put into this just to see how well it works. And frankly, it is cool to see where some of the forges would have connected. But otherwise, I really wish they had included the true Unholy War Lighthouse demo. Just purely for the fact that you would have those original enemies and be able to fight against them, but oh well. If I really want to play that version that bad, I guess I could do it at a later point. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here because I feel like this has already gone long enough. So, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Have a good one. Thank you for watching this episode of Constorm Live, part of the Constorm Entertainment Network.